Hey everybody, welcome back to Matteo's Corner. We are back with more Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. And, yeah. Uh, f- we, uh, we, well, we need that information. Let's see what happens if we lie. Lie through our teeth. Listen, this is none of my business, but I think you've got something wrong here. How exactly? She still loves you. Poof. He's only doe-eyed for a short moment, but it's obvious I hit him where it hurts. You said you just met her. How would you know? We fought an SI patrol together. That won me her trust. And then we had an unexpectedly honest talk, woman to woman. Glad Mia's away. If she was still in the room, I'd be far too embarrassed to let this shit escape my mouth. But Torque just nods, prompting me to go on. She's conflicted. She understands the painful realities of this world, but wants to hold on to her ideals. That's why it's hard for her to stay close to you. Even though deep down, she resentfully respects your slow, steady work, she still wants to give her own approach a chance. Oh my god, what am I doing? What? It's okay. You're figuring this out. You're figuring this out. You're slowly winning his trust. It's working. Then why would she want the ring? To me, it's an obvious message. I was wrong to put my hopes in you. It's punishment. She wants it to remember you by, and to have the symbol of those hopes near her to remind her there's always another way. Look, I know this is hard for you, but you gotta give her time and the benefit of the doubt. It'll pay dividends in the long run. Slowly make her realize her misconceptions might have been wrong. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Ah, a realization slowly dawns on him. Oh my god, he's actually buying it. I'm dying inside. You know, side note, what is the thing supposed to be on TV? Is that supposed to be an actual movie or a TV show? If you guys know, please let me know. I'm kind of intrigued. He takes the ring out of his inside pocket and passes it on to me. Go. Tell her I'll be waiting, and that my feelings haven't changed. Of course. Should Mia lead you out? No need, I'll manage. As I leave, I feel very self-conscious about the pace of my walk. I feel like I just got away with murder. If he relays what I said to Mia, she'll probably see through my bullshit at an instant. But ah well, won't be my problem at that point. Time to meet Tamika. I find her already waiting in front of the Jewish Museum. How did it go? She raises her eyebrows as I put the golden ring into her palm. Wow, there's a couple typos. That's okay. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. Didn't think you'd succeed. Turns out I'm a talented diplomat. Pfft. From my experience, that usually means a liar. She looks at the ring with a gentle gaze, then stores it safely in her pocket. Or has he really changed? Who knows? I just met him for the first time in my life. Unlife. Anyway, I've kept my end of the bargain. Of course. Time to keep mine. Here we go. Ooh, a fledgling. What's a fledgling? A baby vampire. All. I.e., one so new who has figured out so little they still need their sire to protect them. My status as a fledgling was cut short by Karen's swift departure. I had to learn the ropes on my own, and most of those lessons weren't pleasant. Ugh. Last year, a certain fledgling appeared in the city and attempted to build a coterie. The list you found on Callahan? That's the list they've got. They contacted each of us. Then found themselves in deep shit. S.I., Kaiser, Sophie Langley, some shadow players manipulating everything from behind the scenes. Then they disappeared. I wonder if this has anything to do with Coteries of New York. Because I hear this is supposed to be like a side game of it. I have to check that one out. Kaiser. That name popping up once again. Can't be a coincidence. No one knows where or why. Doesn't really matter. That happens when you punch way above your weight. Hope they're doing fine, despite all odds. Oop. In any case, Torque got involved too. That's how I met him, actually. He got hurt. Didn't want to say how. Claimed it could put anyone who knew in danger. Whatever happened, it gave him the drive and the desire for change. For 2 months, he was a beautiful kindred. Plain and simple. But suddenly, something inside him snapped overnight. His tone mellowed out. His actions became timid. His language became more befitting of a political science student than a charismatic leader. I assumed he met someone who made him an offer he couldn't refuse, but I had no idea who that was. And then one night I followed him when he went out, and I saw him scheming at the docks with Callahan. When he came back, we had an argument, and when he refused to explain himself, I knew I was on my way out. And that was that. I understand.
Wish I'd known that earlier. Might have confronted the facts with him and learned something more.
He never told me, of all kindred. What makes you think he would have told you? She's got a point, I suppose.
All right, thank you. Now it's my turn. Here is your way out.
I point at the manhole below our feet.
Here's a map of the sewers.
Oops.
Follow the route, then burn it. You'll be looking for a one-eyed Nosferatu wearing tactical gear. Tell him I sent you, then give him the agreed-upon amount of money.
What kind of route will I be taking, anyway?
An armored van full of precious coffins. My man knows how to arrange them to allow for unnoticed extra cargo.
Her face darkens. The circulatory system? Oh, God. We're gonna be using the circulatory system? Alright. Fine.
What did you expect? The rich and powerful always get the blood they want, one way or another. At least tonight, one of their roots will be used for something good.
She drops her shoulders in resignation and opens up the manhole cover. Fine. But remember, if it doesn't work, I'll be at your doorstep with a vengeance if it's the last thing I do.
I'm sure it'll work out fine. Just beware of a giant albino ghoul alligator while you're down there.
Tamika rolls her eyes. Sewer ghoul alligator? Oh. For your information, it's just a story New York kindred tell the Neonites to mess with them while they're still gullible enough to believe anything they hear about their new world. Oh. That makes sense, I suppose. Well, this is a goodbye. If in a few months you hear about the first light presence in all Los Angeles has been decimated, assume that against all odds I'm still unalive and kicking.
If you keep killing indiscriminately, you might cross a line of no return, you know. Shouldn't you take it easy for a while?
Not until my brothers and sisters in blood stop being slaughtered. I care about what's left of humanity, but turning a blind eye on kindred in need would be even less human. Tamika, you're a badass. I'm gonna miss you, Tamika. I'm gonna miss you. That's the kind of person she is, and probably will be till the very end. Never change, Tamika. Never ever change, please. Must be comforting in a way, to know how your path will end, yet to follow it all the same. I could never do that. Here's some parting advice for you. We might be monsters, but we were lucky enough to be born into a world that's even more monstrous than we are. If we rebel against it, we might still find salvation. If only I could believe it.
Didn't expect the preaching tone. Why are you telling me this?
Because I think I have a pretty good nose for people's auras. And when I take a look at you, I smell a penchant for ruthless opportunism. I smell a controlling anger that might get out of hand if you get a whiff of power. I smell someone who doesn't value the truth much. It's not much, just a hunch, but you seem prone to giving in to the Camaria's empty promises of safety and their petite bourgeois values.
I think I should take offense to that.
I hope you do. That would reflect on you well. In any case, whatever happens, see you in your next life, Julia.
Safe travels, Tamika.
I skipped tonight's visit to the church. I'm not in the mood to see Benoit. I'm still embarrassed by yesterday's outburst. And I'm kind of pissed. Oh, none of the clan elders in Chicago bothered to reply to any of my fucking reports. No advice, no feedback, nothing. I feel like I was left utterly alone. Besides, it's late. I always get back to the apartment early in the morning, right before it gets bright. It's getting risky to be out here so close to sunrise. Accidents can happen. I'll try to get back earlier tomorrow night. Attempt to surprise Dakota. Yeah.
I'm back. Yay. How was work? All caught up? I managed to get my deadlines postponed. All our clients are canceling and delaying orders left and right. Huh. Does that mean you'll have time to help me with my makeup tomorrow? We'll see. Perfect. Alright, I need to disappear before the sun catches up with me. Hey. Yeah? I love you.
Oh. An uneasy silence fills the room. I'm not getting out of this one, am I? Well, I've already come up with one love story tonight. What's another?
I love you too.
I quickly turn away to avoid looking at her sincere smile and leave to rest. Yay, we got another achievement. That means we're closer to the end. Rest. Here we go, night 8. I finally reach Big Beat Burger, hoping to recuperate from all the mental damage accumulated over the past few days. Only to find that the doors are locked and nobody's inside. No, 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 no. I need to be soothed. I need my routine.
You've absolutely gotta be kidding me. Closed? What the fuck do you mean, closed?
I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's closed.
Pandemic? What pandemic?
Do you live under a fucking rock? It's a new SARS virus straight from China. The whole world's going crazy over it. People are dying left and right.
Holy shit.
I didn't know something like this could still happen in this day and age. Somehow it always felt like we were beyond it.
Well, guess it's lucky I'm dead.
I walk away to avoid bringing more attention to myself. Now I understand why NYC feels downright apocalyptic tonight. It's like a psychedelic experience to see these familiar streets empty and abandoned. Well, let's see what parts of the city are still alive in the middle of a plague. Uh-oh. A familiar smile. Took just 2 days for the city to go all last man on Earth. Probably won't have a better chance to soak in the atmosphere. Or an aristocratic taste. All this malaise spreading through the boroughs is putting me in a weird mood. Seems like I can't outrun it. Maybe I'll intensify it instead. Smallpox hospital, here I come. Oh, God. Let's go to the aristocratic taste. Oh, God. Oh, dear. What is this place? I entertained the thought of sneaking through a hospital to see how things appeared up close, but it looked like an actual war zone, so I decided against it. I don't know what I expected with the way healthcare reforms have been going in this state. Fewer facilities in poorer areas, fewer beds, less funding. We're just reaping what they've sown. They spelled they've wrong. That was a weird way to spell it. That's why I used to honestly consider going back to the old country. An American friend was like, "Why would you go back to that shithole?" He was shocked to learn we have normal, free healthcare. Anyway, oh, If an active hospital won't do, this one might. The Smallpox Hospital on Roosevelt Island, built to quarantine the poor and the unloved victims of pandemics away from normal citizens' eyes. In spite of its disrepair, or maybe partly because of it, the architecture still managed to perfectly convey the building's painful history. There are ghosts here, but they're mostly the good metaphorical kind, not the kind I usually see. Oop, looks like there also might be a lone physical being here. I hear someone sneaking through the ruins. That's that for my peace and quiet. But oh well, I needed to satiate my thirst anyway. How do I approach that person? Let's try through the shadows. I become one with the shadows. I let the flow of the void take me in the direction of the footsteps. Eventually, a female shape appears in front of my eyes. Slowly, I emerge from the darkness behind her back. Ooh-ah! Oh god, look at her. Only to spook my target the moment I do. In her panic, she drops something on the floor. It breaks into 1,000 little pieces. God, don't scare me like that. I'm sorry. Look what you made me do. She kneels to pick up the pieces of some ugly glass sculpture. The shape is familiar. Was that a Scrooge McDuck figurine? Yeah, it was. Oh, a Carl Barks design. They stopped making these decades ago. You don't even know how long it took me to find it. I was really looking forward to decorating my haven with this. A Scrooge McDuck? It's Popper, okay? Haven. Of course, now I realize what I couldn't put into words. It was the feeling she might be kindred. She seems airheaded and eccentric, but I wouldn't want to pick a fight with her. Call it a hunch. Yeah, after the last time I tried to dominate someone and that didn't work out, I'm not doing that again.
I apologize. My name is Julia. I'm a La Sombra representative for this city.
Some representative you are. Absolutely horrible first impression.
Somehow we've never met before. You live here?
I prefer keeping to myself these nights. More time for hobbies if you hide in secluded places like this.
What's your name?
Uh-oh. Just call me Princess.
Princess?
My true name is for friends only. Oop. And after destroying my treasure, I count you a sworn enemy. When you least expect it, I'll find you, and I'll trap you in a reality of eternal pain. I should complain to the court at least, honestly. Tell Helen to start looking for a replacement. So sorry won't cut it, huh? Kadir would surely be thrilled to see Prince Helen assign me with a mission of looking for a rare Scrooge McDuck statue, but I'd prefer to avoid that fate, even if it doesn't seem very likely.
How can I make it up to you? Should I, search for a replacement online, or...
Uh-oh. Whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you, I prefer not to stay mad for long. It's exhausting, and it's a threat to your beauty, both inner and outward. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna ask you for a small favor, then we'll be square, and I won't have to worry about becoming ugly. Sound good?
What favor?
See, I'm super into low art these days. That's why I collect stuff like Scrooge McDuck lamps. I used to be hardcore, into high art before. Studied the harmonic structure of Bach's cantatas, taught myself Arabic just to weep over Middle Eastern poetry, read a lot of Joyce and Adorno, etc. Eventually, these hobbies got boring, as all things do, though. So I'm switching it up now. Comic books, heavy rock music, modern Hollywood movies, stuff made for small children, basically. What the fuck? What the hell? That stuff can be for adults too, lady. Get off your fucking high horse. Jesus Christ. The problem is, I think I'm still not low enough. There's still too much mastery of the form, too much restraint, too much respectability, too much tastefulness. This person's weird. I want to feel the rush of gazing into the soul of someone willing to admit to truly degenerate desires and obsessions. So I want the lowest kind of art you can find. Just sweep me off my feet and we'll be good. Not the kind of request I expected, but...
How low is too low?
There's no such thing as too low. Huh. Okay. Back when I was alive, I refused advances from a guy who lived just outside of Astoria. He definitely still owns some incredibly low art, but what exactly should I get her? An anime DVD, a video game, a fantasy book. Ooh, this is an interesting choice. Let's see. If I was to give her a book... Books can be pretty weird. The video game or the anime DVD, though? I'm kind of debating between the anime DVD or the video game. I'm gonna do the anime DVD because anime can get pretty low sometimes. Cartoons can.
Okay, I'll be back in a jiffy.
Takes me just over an hour to get there. Wake him in the middle of the night, mess with his head a little, and get back with an appropriately low work of art.
So, I've got something.
Don't be shy. What is it? I pass her a DVD box with a busty, hand-drawn girl licking a giant katana.
According to a description he printed for me, this thing is named Ririsu no Daiboken.
The cover says Lilith's Carnal Carnival.
Yeah, no idea why the name is written like that. Anyway, this...
Oh, let me wait.
This 90s original video animation presents us with a tale of 5 big-bosomed samurai warriors traveling through America in search of General Hasta Vista, the Incubus King. Don't let all the titillation misguide you. The main draws here are peerless direction, a nearly avant-garde editing rhythm, and dialogue that coyly comments on traditional gender roles in anime. Once you see the animation in the final battle, you'll understand why it never fails to set a Sakuga fan's heart ablaze. Note, Sakuga, uncountable. In Japanese anime, a sequence of noticeably higher quality used to highlight a particularly important scene. What the fuck?
Alright, well, that's where we're going to end it here, I think. Perfect place to end it. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Can't wait to see how Princess reacts to this, and hope you all have a good one. I will see you guys next time. I'm going to go rest my throat. Bye-bye.